8:42 on this Thursday. Good morning. Welcome to the Hometown Morning Show with Tori and Kyle. In studio, we have a special guest, Tim Traurig from Guardian Santa Clarita. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning. Happy Thursday.
Good morning. Happy Thursday to you. It's good to be here.
Thank you for being here.
I'm happy to be here.
The first thing I would love to talk about is just explain to our listeners, please, what is Guardian Santa Clarita?
Guardians is one of the newest nonprofits in Santa Clarita. We've actually been around for about 5 years, but didn't officially become a nonprofit till the beginning of this year. And what we do is we provide a community of connection and support for veterans, military, law enforcement, and firefighters, men and women who are either active, retired, or in reserves. And we have weekly group meetings that we get together. We have monthly social and family nights, barbecue, fire pit. We also have service projects. We go out in the community and we really look for other individuals like ourselves that might need a place to connect, be supported. And we also talk a lot about in these groups about some of the collateral damage that we may experience as veterans, law enforcement, firefighters through our careers, trauma, PTSD, how that affects our relationships, our marriages, how we parent our kids, how we view the community. And it's a great place to really refine who you are as a person. We work a lot on our mental health, emotional health, physical health, spiritual health. We cover it all. And it's about really learning to thrive in life and not just survive in life. And I think, with the recent tragedies that happened here locally at a fire station, you realize there's such a need for a place for individuals to connect and have a place where they feel safe and comfortable to share what's going on in their life and some of the struggles maybe that they're dealing with, some of the successes. Our tagline for the nonprofit is iron sharpens iron. We really believe in the peer-to-peer support, that we sharpen each other, and that as individuals share their stories with others, that helps to unlock others to be willing to share a little bit of what's going on in their lives. And as the president and founder of Guardians, when I first started, I knew that this population is a bunch of tough nuts to crack. And I didn't know if we were going to be able to get this community of my brothers and sisters to really open up and start to be transparent, because that's really where the magic happens. So we have been doing service projects around the community, such as going to the homeless shelter, looking for other veterans, fire, law enforcement. We've been out on the washes looking for veterans. We've gone down to the Dream Center downtown LA. We're working on service projects there and helping them rebuild the yard there for the women's veterans home. They have a veterans floor there, so we've connected with them. They're actually talking about bringing their veterans and their program out to our groups out here in Santa Clarita. And we've gone down to West LA to the veterans, the VA in West LA, to all the homeless encampments down there that are just filled with veterans, and trying to make a connection and help them get their lives back from the craziness that they've experienced in their lives and how it's affected them personally.
How did you get this brainchild? How did you all of a sudden say, this is what I need to do?
Well, I, as a retired LA City firefighter after 35 years, in the early 80s, I became a part of the first critical incident stress debriefing teams for LA City Fire. As they realized that, they're seeing a big impact on the men and women of LAFD because of the trauma, the constant exposure to trauma after trauma after trauma. So they decided to do something about it. And I saw, hey, this works. But I also saw there was some resistance to those on going to support within the like the fire department there, but there was nothing on the outside for them to go, because a lot of them are really hesitant. Well, I don't want to go to what they offer within my department or agency because people talk and they're going to know, and I'm going to have a record, that I'm struggling with some anxiety or depression or whatever. And so decided to create something on the outside that could support them. 13 years ago, my wife and I started another nonprofit called The Light of Hope. And that's for youth 14 to 26 struggling with substance abuse issues, anxiety, depression, cutting, trauma. And I saw the power of peer-to-peer support over the last 13 years. I saw how powerful that is to create healing and hope in people's lives. And I thought, you know what? We can adapt that to this population of people, veterans, military, law enforcement, and firefighters. And since the first of the year, our attendance to our groups has tripled. We just started another meeting on Wednesday nights. Our main meeting is Mondays, and now we have another meeting on Wednesdays, and they run from 7 to 9 o'clock over in the forum room at Higher Vision Church.
You hit the nail on the head when you said peer-to-peer. It is so comforting to, I know some people are resistant at first, but just in general, have you ever just talked to a person and said, oh, the traffic I was in, the parking, and if the person said, oh my gosh, I was in the same thing, all of a sudden you feel a connection. And if we make, these mental health issues, they shouldn't be such a stigma.
Yes.
They affect more people than we realize. We should try and normalize this and help everyone we can, but especially our military and law enforcement firefighters, because there's such trauma involved in their life. And you having these peer-to-peer groups is just amazing. And I can imagine how effective that is, because if you just have some people to say, oh, I know how you're feeling. Check out my story. This is what I went through. And there's a connection and a bond. And I know people are a little resistant at first.
They are.
Right?
Yes.
But then once you're in it, and it's so amazingly great.
And you find out you have a family of support. We say we bring like-minded individuals together with similar backgrounds and experiences that can support and help one another. And when you look at the statistics on suicides amongst these populations, of people, veterans to up to 22 a day, more firefighters and law enforcement now will die from suicide than in the line of duty. That statistic has just changed in the last year and a half. So we're seeing a huge epidemic amongst this population of people who need support. Some of the highest rates of divorce, domestic violence, drug use, and alcoholism fall amongst this population of people. So there's a big need for support.
Tim, how can we help?
Well, how you can help is let others know. This community is filled with fire, law, and military men and women. And if you know somebody that is one, to let them know about Guardians. And they can go to our website at guardiansSCV.org, or they can call us at 661-347-6307. And they can also help us by coming out to some of our fundraising events.
I was just going to talk. We have a big event we got to talk about.
We have a big event.
Talk about it. Let's say it's the Patriot Day car show and breakfast.
It is. And
you had me at breakfast, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Okay. It's going to be a good breakfast. It's awesome. I know what's coming, so it's a great breakfast. So this is going to be on Saturday, September 11th. And it's a day to really say we will never forget, that day. And I think many of us in the community can remember where we were the morning that happened.
Oh, yeah.
And when it happened. Mm-hmm. And so this event is actually to pay tribute in the 20th anniversary of 9/11 to really honor all of those that sacrificed so much and to pay tribute to those that lost their lives during that event. 343 firefighters and 71 law enforcement officers, along with 2,700 other people lost their lives on that day. And so this event, yes, it's a car show and a breakfast, but it's also an opportunity for us to just remember what happened that day that we won't forget. And so we're going to have an opening. It starts at 8 a.m. On Saturday morning, September 11th, and goes to 12 noon. It's free. There's no cost for anybody to come or to bring their classic car out. It's donation-based, so whatever anybody wants to give or donate towards their breakfast or bringing their car out would be wonderful. Mm-hmm. And so we have an opening ceremony that goes from 8:30 till 9, and we have some VIP guests. And we're partnering with KHTS to put this on, so we're really thankful for that partnership, as well as the City of Santa Clarita, LA Police Gear, Higher Vision Church, and others. But during the opening ceremony, we have some VIP guests that are going to be there. Catherine Barger, we have Mike Garcia, Suzette Valadares, and Jason Gibbs from the city. And we're going to have an opportunity to really just pay tribute. We have national anthem is going to be sung, Pledge of Allegiance. We may even have a special flyover by some aircraft. I'll leave it at that. This should be an exciting time there. We're going to have a lot of classic cars. We're going to have fire apparatus, law enforcement apparatus, military vehicles. So it's really going to be a great day for the whole family to come out that morning and be a part of the opening ceremonies from 8:30 to 9, and the breakfast starts at 9 a.m.
This is at Higher Vision Church on the Old Road in Valencia.
That's correct, at
That's what it is.
28776, the Old Road in Valencia. It's just past the CHP station and in the same parking lot that LA Police Gear is and Higher Vision Church.
If we cannot make it, but we'd like to make a donation, how do we do that?
You can go to our website at Guardians, plural, Guardians with an S, scv.org, and we have a donation page on that website that they can go and support what we do. They can also go to our Facebook page at Guardians Santa Clarita and keep up to date on some of the things we're doing around town and be a part of the family of support for this population of people.
And if you know anyone who needs a little bit of a helping hand in this situation, hook them up with the Facebook page or even the website. Hook them up with Guardians, and you guys will be there for them.
We'll be there, and we're not only there for them, we're there for their wives. We have a separate group for guardian wives because we feel that it's important for the whole family.
It's the whole family. It is.
And it's not easy dealing with us guys and gals that do what we do. We can be a little ornery sometimes. So it's an opportunity to really understand who we are as people and how we can make our marriages and families better.
Tim Traurig, it has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for coming in, explaining what Guardians is. And this huge event, it is on September 11th, 8 a.m. to noon, Higher Vision Church, the Patriot Day Car Show and Breakfast. Thank you so much for all that you've done.
Thank you so much.
And that you continue to do. It really does make a difference in our community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Santa Clarita's